Hello, everybody. It's Son the Husky here. Welcome to the Intro to the Death Masterclass. This is a class guide by yours truly, and this is a full sort of remaster of the whole thing. So it's gonna go into the same stuff that I went through the originals, but everything that I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the parts, edit stuff in, edit stuff out. But it's gonna cover all the same bases, and it's gonna have the same 6 slides that I had the last time. But I'm going to try to cover them as quickly as possible. So, yeah. So, I'm not going to change anything in the intro part because this is just an intros thing. So, you don't need to worry about this one getting changed. So, okay. So, we'll just go through this as normal. So, obviously, who's this for? And then, obviously, what it will cover. Okay, so guide for those new and returning, of course. If you're new, welcome. Hope you guys enjoy Wizard101 as much as I have for the past 16 years. I started playing in 2010. And if you're an experienced player that might just be coming back, might want to just play Death, this is also the guy for you. Who knows? It's for really anybody who's willing to take that next step to go from basic knowledge of your school and knowledge of how to pilot it to go further with it, go more advanced, get even better with it. And the tips and stuff through this guide is really what's going to help you later down the line through all the stages, the progression, because that's what me as a Wizard 101 coach is going to be doing. And I decided to take up that sort of coaching moniker because of my love for the game and my knowledge and wisdom for the game, willing to spread that knowledge and wisdom to everybody else. So, first thing, I'm going to really say Death is probably the best school in the game. In terms of all of its strengths that it has outweighing its weaknesses throughout most parts and stages of the game. It's versatile. Its game loop, if you understand why people think the game loop can get quite dull, then let me just sort of paint a picture of what you will usually see in your normal day-to-day playthrough. You're going to see setup, AoE, setup, AoE, setup, AoE. But, in my opinion, I think this is sort of dull. Even though it is the best way to quest through the game, there's definitely different ways to play the game that are a lot more fun while also still being very quick and speedy at your progression and clearing in the game. So some aspects of Death are, its survivability. Probably one of the best things it has is its sustain and survivability, especially in the late game, because of one key mechanic that it has called Steal. And that's when you heal yourself using your attacks. Sort of take like a Briar. Let's take Lifesteal from League of Legends. When you attack something with Lifesteal as a stat, you gain health back based on how much Lifesteal and how much damage you're doing. Death is sort of the same way. But instead of a percentage of the damage you're doing, it's always going to give you half of the damage you deal back, no matter what. So let's say you do 2,000 damage to your enemy, you're going to heal 1,000 back. That's guaranteed. Unless you're doing PvP or advanced content, then that healing back is a lot lower, but still, same concept, right? The cool thing that I think you can do with Death is you can really change your setups on the fly and stuff. Now, I'll go into those sort of circumstances in the gear section video rather than trying to hitting it all right now. Because, like I said, I'm trying to revamp the entire guide anyways. So, this section is going to be a lot shorter, while the other parts of the guide might be a little bit more long and lengthed out. But that's just because I'm trying to get a lot more knowledge out instead. And you can read this, and you can pause and read if you are having a time keeping up. Now, obviously, all these tips that I give, are they going to be specifically for deaf school? No, of course not. There are definitely going to be tons of tips in this Masterclass guide that are going to be for other schools and such. Also, one little answer that I know probably there's not going to be any question about. I'm going to upload all 6 episodes of this remastered guide all at one time. I'm not going to spread it out over time. I'm going to get them all recorded, and then I'm going to upload them one after another, after another, after another. And the original Masterclass guide playlist is going to be deleted, removed, and replaced with this one. So, either way, it's not going to be for deaf. Some of these tips are going to be for other schools, of course, because it's all... The main idea is not just help you understand deaf, but it helps you understand the game mechanics a little bit as well. So you can also improve your Wizard101 experience while playing the deaf school or whatever school you might be trying to play. So here's the chapters. So you got chapter 1, which is going to be your sort of progression. That chapter 1 is going to be progression. All about the progression. From early game to mid game to late game. And just how to keep that consistent building up of your character as you go through said stages of the game. Chapter 2, gear. All about gear, pets, figuring out what type of gear you should be hunting, what gear you should be going after, at what points, and it's going to follow the sort of early, mid, late game stage, like when you're going early game, here's the gear you should use, but once you hit the mid game, swap that gear out for this, and etc., etc. Chapter 3 is all going to be about what cards you should be putting in your spell decks when you are questing and such, And then, obviously, the playstyle thing might be scrapped. I'm probably going to get rid of the playstyle, and then we'll also go through team setting stuff, maybe some more other things. Chapter 4 is going to be all about spellaments. This one is going to be this spellament guide is going to be a lot more advanced, a lot more in depth. I'm going to be covering spellments a lot more this time around because I feel like the spellment video I made the last time just was not fully as fleshed out as I could have made it. And we'll also do some advanced spell things. Because of the new update, Chapter 4, I think, has a lot of improvements I can go on and really fix. And then Chapter 5 will be spellweaving, mostly. Once again, spellweaving got some more changes, but I'm going to take time to sort of review and look through all the stuff you get as a deaf through each of the other schools you can weave into. And then I'll sort of weigh them out and tell you the best ones to use. And then Chapter 6 is going to be... I'm going to call it Chapter 6 instead of the end chapter. And then I'll make one final video as a sort of conclusion thing. And Chapter 6 will be a whole bunch of miscellaneous tips, tricks, and other things to help you progress through the game. That should be the last slide. Yes, it is. Good. So, I know this has been, hope you're keeping up. I do talk fast. I might be sort of hard to understand. I might be capping out at points when it comes to my audio. But, like I said, this is the full remaster of the original guide that, like I said, the slides are going to be the same for the most part. I'm just going to be going through every single slide from Chapter 1 to 6 and editing them to the best of my ability to make sure you, the player, the watcher, the viewer, the student are able to get through a lot of different things and a lot of, knowledge from these guides, because that is the main course of action. Also, if it does sound like I'm a little nasally, I am sort of dealing with sinus issues, but, I do apologize for that. But either way, I'm hoping that this time around, this remastered version of the Death Masterclass will be a lot more informative. We'll have a lot less, yammer on a lot more, and just be a lot more informative than the last time I did this. Because the first time I did it, I think I was trying way too hard to explain and do certain things. This time I'm going to try to keep it as simplistic as possible, but still give as much information as I can to really get you on that right path, the right track. Also, I'm going to make another video about this probably sometime in the coming future, where I am looking for coaches. Well, not really coaches, but I'm looking for players of the community who are willing to go and help me work on other Masterclass guides for the other schools. Because I feel like having a community of multiple different school guides for all the schools is sort of the end goal. But I don't want to be the one who's doing all of it myself, because I'm only a person, one person. And really, I don't think it would be a lot tiring for me, and it would burn me out too much to try to cover all the schools at one time, or try to go through all of them by myself. So if you're interested in being a coach, I will pin a comment in the comment section of this video, and I will put discord.gg/ and then I'm going to space, and then the code to get into the Discord server. I'm going to have a channel in the Discord server called Masterclass Guides. Go to the coach application and just put your name, put your school you want to be the coach in, and then just give me sort of an overview of why you want to do it, if you're interested, or just DM me on Discord if you want to do it like that. Mainly, I'm just looking for all the other schools besides Death who may be interested. I know Liam will probably never watch this video, but if Liam, you're a Storm guy, if you don't mind helping a fellow, wanting a fellow coacher or somebody who wants to coach people, if you want to help me, I know he's probably not going to read this, but, if he's willing, if you're willing, he's willing, whichever, to make a Storm guide, reach out, or try to read it, would be much appreciated. But, me begging for him to do it on a video is not going to help. It's not going to change anything. But, either way, I don't want to keep rambling on, because I don't want you to keep having to watch the video. So, yeah, this is also my sort of, hey, I'm coming back to YouTube sort of thing, because, go back to what I was doing beforehand, and that was trying to make educational Wizard101 content. So that's what we're going for. We're going for the more educational Wiz content, and sort of like questing or sort of the playthrough type stuff. Because unfortunately, the playthrough is gone. I don't think I'd be able to continue the playthrough. I'll have to check what episode we ended off on, but if I can get it back, we will. If not, don't worry about it. I might try to do one in the future. We'll see. Yeah. So, either way, I'll stop there. Hope you guys have a great... I'm recording this Wednesday night, so this will be coming up tomorrow, Thursday. So I hope you guys have a great Thursday. Be sure to check out my Twitch. I will be streaming as much as I can. Wizard101, League of Legends. Hope you can stop by, take some time, say hi. and I will be trying to just play those 2 games as my main ones. There is another game I might try at a later time if you guys are interested in checking that out. I don't think you will. We'll experiment with it. And one more thing, Pokemon streams, not streams, videos are going to be coming back soon. I am planning on making Pokemon Battle Revolution videos again, so be sure to check that out. Wait for those. I'm also thinking of going ahead and going into some other games like Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, some of the other earlier Pokemon games like Yellow, Red, Blue, stuff like that, older games. So I hope you guys will check those ones out as well. Either way, I will see you guys in the next video. Take care. Have a good one.